February 24th, 2021. If you'd call the roll, please.
Mr. Fitzgerald,
Present.
Mr. Toledano, Ms. Tanner, Mr. Davis, Ms. O'Brien, Mr. Stefanczyk, Mr. Bender, and Mr. Airy. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Might add that I'm subbing in for our chairman, Reichert Toledano. He should be back with us for the next one of these. He's recovering nicely. To start with the agenda, review of the monthly finance reports generated by the Finance Department. Is there anything, Ms. Long, on there that stands out for us?
No, sir. This report, which includes a staffing report, a budget to actual report for the month ending January 31st, 2021, and also the sales tax collection report. I think the thing to, I guess, keep in mind is, of course, we're only in 1 month of the year, so we're only at 8%, but we added comments, as we always do, with regard to timing of revenue, and if there's anything that was greater than 8%, then we're giving you a note to explain why maybe expenditures are at 8%, because, as an example, we might have some contracts that that start at the beginning of the year. The last document in the report, we always bring to you is information on sales tax collections, because that is the largest source of revenue for parish government. And so there's a schedule back there for Sales Tax District 3, and for the year 2020, the collections were favorable, especially in the last couple months of the year. And so overall, we collected $56.9 million. The budget was $52.9. The variance is $4 million, which is a 7.7% increase. That's what that percent increase is for the year.
Excellent. Anyone have any comments to that as far as the end of year or monthly report goes? Thank you.
And I guess I'll just comment that we are, still finalizing 2020 year end. And when we have some more up-to-date numbers, we'll bring back an amended December 31st report for you as well.
Thank you very much. All things considered, very positive. Let's proceed on now to our ordinances for introduction for our next meeting.
Are you ready? Okay.
Ready.
Yes, sir. So we have the ordinances for introduction. The first one that was pulled was Ordinance Calendar 6611, an ordinance to amend the 2021 operating budget, Amendment Number 3. That ordinance includes a couple items. One is some motion sensors, to fund motion sensors at the Tammany Trace and Thompson Road. And also, we are recording the debt service requirements. If you recall, in December 22nd, we closed on 2 bond issues. One was a refunding for Sales Tax District 3. So what you'll see in the ordinance is that the expenditures are going down because, if you recall, we saved interest. So we're reducing the expenditure budget there. And then with regard to the new bonds for Go Mesa, that are Go Mesa funded, we're setting up the debt service that we'll have to make during this year for that.
Thank you.
The next ordinance for introduction, Ordinance Calendar 6612, to amend the 2021 capital improvement budget and capital assets. This is Amendment 13, and it comes from Sales Tax District 3 as a funding, Public Works General Maintenance parish-wide. It includes one project, Forest Ridge Loop Drainage, for $25,000. Ordinance Calendar 6613, which is Amendment 14 to the capital improvement budget for 2021, is for our Environmental Services and Planning Department, and is a low-impact water program. This is funded by a grant and then with matching funds from the parish. The total is about $45,000, which $30,000 of that is coming from an EPA grant. Ordinance Calendar 6614, Amendment 15 to the 2021 capital improvement budget, is for our Tammany utility system. It is for a sewer force main at River Oaks, $38,571. Ordinance Calendar 6615, Amendment 16 to the capital improvement budget for 2021 is for our Tammany Trace Maintenance Division. It is for those motion-activated signals. So the previous ordinance budgeted the funding for it, and this ordinance is the capital part of it that names the project. So those are at the Tammany Trace and Thompson Road, $30,000. Ordinance Calendar 6616, which is Amendment 4 to the 2021 operating budget. This budget will increase our current year budget for encumbrances that were open at the end of 2020. We commonly call this the rollover budget. So there is a 3-page exhibit attached to the ordinance that lists those items, purchase orders, projects that were not complete at year end. So we're rolling over, increasing the budget this year to cover those. Ordinance Calendar 6617 is Amendment 14 to the 2020 operating budget. So we are going back, and this is an amendment to 2020, and it is also relative to the December 22nd closing for the Go Mesa and the Sales Tax District 3 refunding bonds. So we have to record those items in our budget. Ordinance Calendar 6618, Amendment 3 to the 2021 grants budget. Each month we bring to you the grant awards that we've received during the last 30-day period. These include the arts programs for fiscal year 21-22, $142,192. Florida Parish's Juvenile Justice Commission, $100,000. From the EPA, we talked about this one before, from the Lake Pontchartrain Basin Foundation, I think it's $30,500. And then with regard to, we have one reduction, and it's because DOTD, originally the parish was going to bid and manage the project for the sidewalk from Coquille to Whitechapel, but now DOTD is going to do that, so we're not going to budget for that because DOTD is going to perform the work. We're not going to be making payments to a contractor.
Good.
Ordinance Calendar 6620 is the last ordinance we have for introduction. This is Amendment 17 to the 2021 capital improvement budget. It is funded by Sales Tax District 3, and it's for parish-wide roads and drainage. This is to also has to do with that Whitechapel to Coquille sidewalk because we had it budgeted.
Thank you. I'd like to refer these to the full council, these for introduction.
I'll make the motion.
So move to, yes, please give me the motion.
I'll make the motion to refer to the full councils.
Thank you.
There were five ordinances that are for adoption
That's right.
that were pulled as well.
None for resolution, but for adoption.
No resolutions, correct, but we have 5 ordinances that will be up for adoption, and I'll go through those now. Ordinance Calendar 6596, which was Amendment 2 to the operating budget. This was the budget amendment that included the realignment of budgets with regard to the reorganization of the departments of development, planning, inspections. So just as those departments broke out, we had to move the funds into the right bucket, I guess to say. But so there was no increase or anything like that. It's just to line them up appropriately with the new department names. There's also in that same ordinance $120,000 for Tammany Utilities for large lift station cleanings. Ordinance Calendar 6597, which is Amendment 11 to the capital improvement budget, funded by Sales Tax District 3 bond funds. We were increasing the Salt Street project by $240,000 based on the engineer's statement of probable costs. Ordinance Calendar 6598, Amendment 12 to the 2021 capital improvement budget. This is in the coastal restoration section. These projects are being funded by the Go Mesa bond proceeds, $4.4 million total. There are two projects: Davis Canal Restoration, $2.2 million; Pearl River Diversion Canal Restoration, $2.2 million. Ordinance Calendar 6599, Amendment 1 to the 2021 grants budget. So this was one of the first grants we received this year, which was $1.1 million of entitlement funds from HUD for low to moderate income assistance. And then the final ordinance that will be up for adoption from the Finance Department will be Ordinance Calendar 6602. This is Amendment 2 to the grants budget. This was one that we brought to you off the floor. It is for $7.7 million in rental assistance from the U.S. Treasury.
Thank you so much, Ms. Long. Do I hear any discussion from committee members, other council members? Anyone? Certainly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say that I heard the word grants said multiple times, and I see our good grants director sitting back here. Of course, that means I got to just about acknowledge everybody. So for all of our directors that are here, Mr. Parish President, all of your staff, and for all of the good work done by all of our departments, including our Parish Council staff. Thank y'all.
Mr.
What
Harris?
about our finance director?
Just wanted to ask about the last thing that you talked about, the rental assistance.
Yeah.
Could you maybe, the rental assistance, did you say 7.7 million for that one?
Yes, the budget is $7.7 million.
Could you maybe, how is that administrated and what is that for?
I'm going to ask, I guess, Jean to come forward. I think she's here. It'll be handled under her department, and she can bring you up to date on where we are.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. So the 7.7 million is from the U.S. Treasury. It's predominantly for rental assistance and utilities. It'll operate similar to how our Community Action Agency operates, that currently administers rental and utility assistance. The difference is the income levels that are able to receive the funds and the number of months that we can pay to individuals and / landlords. So we are currently writing the policies and procedures for that. So once it goes up for approval on next Thursday, we'll have the budget available we're going to set up an office on Coop Drive on the 3rd floor and one at Towers Building in Slidell. So there'll be 2 offices. We'll be hiring temporary employees to operate similar to how CAA operates. And then we will be hopefully getting some type of online application to help with the volume of people that could potentially be needing assistance. But that's the high-level summation of how the funding will be administered.
And then just in general, I was going to tell you that between the Department of Grants, Finance, the CAO's office, everybody from facilities maintenance to IT. So we have a team of people, everyone's been coming together to coordinate so that when the budget is approved and that we're ready to move forward, so.
Yeah, I'd like to actually thank all the departments because it's a high priority. We're moving things faster than maybe our normal pace because of the importance of getting this funding out to people that need it. So facilities, IT, finance, Adrian and HR has helped me with temporary employees, CAO, administration. So everyone's really moving this along, so I appreciate all that. So, but if y'all have any questions, I'm happy to answer anything else.
Right, thank you. I'm assuming that the income levels have been raised.
It's up to 80% of median income for the area.
Yes, good. And our point of contact beyond online applications, people can come in person?
Yes, absolutely. And PIO will be putting out a public announcement once we have all the parameters set in place with we're going to be getting a direct phone line. There'll be an email on the website So all that information will go out in public information. So it will be there, and we'll make sure to share it with you all as well in case you get contacted.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Is there any sort of a connection now where people can get on now and just read up about this at all, or no?
The U.S. Treasury has the information, and we have a fact sheet that I can probably share with Amy to put online. We were trying to get our ducks in a row before we actually
Sure.
announced it fully. I know that a lot of people have been calling. They're calling our office, so we are taking their names. We are making sure that they know that we're expeditiously getting everything in place, and that will help them as soon as possible.
Can you send me a copy of that,
The fact sheet?
Councilman Davis? Yes,
Sure.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'll send it to the whole council. That way everyone has it.
Great. If there are no further comments on the ordinances for adoption, do I hear a motion to refer to the full council? And a second we have. Any other comments by any of the council, any committee members, any one in the audience? If no, let us adjourn.